Okay, hi everybody. Video 3 and last of the Christmas movie videos for another week. Probably knowing myself, I'm gonna watch one a week, if not more, and I'll do reviews on it. So when it gets around Christmas time, I'll already have them done. Okay. This one I found on kind of a local station. For me, and they do Christmas movies back to back. So uh, they had this one. They had a Christmas Kiss, which I think I've done before and reviewed before, and they had this one, a Cinderella Christmas. So it's the first time I ever saw it. And then I saw it online. So I liked it, and so I've seen it a bunch of times since then. So basically, okay, a Cinderella Christmas is just what it sounds like. They've taken the story of Cinderella, you know, the two ugly stepsisters and the grandmother who doesn't like her, and and then there's a fairy godmother, and all this stuff. Okay, so of course they don't have the animated part, but I mean they got everything else. They have the uncle. Now, this is how they twist the story. Because there has to be a twist involved because they can't just retell the story, okay? Um, so it's two cousins who live together because the one cousin, Angie, lost her parents and her uncle took her in. Her uncle also has his own daughter, which, or who, is a gift, like Angie refers to her as a gift bag collector, meaning she doesn't really work that hard, but she collects all the nice stuff. And she's more about money and material things. Um, Whereas Angie is not. Angie, which could be construed as Angela, Angel for Christmas. So, okay. They have a client because they have a catering business, a small catering business. And uh, Angie takes a party, the Chris Masquerade Ball. Masquerade, like Cinderella, dressing up. And actually, they went as far as you could go with Cinderella because I don't know if you guys remember, for the females in the audience and some males, if you remember, but Cinderella gets dressed for the ball, obviously, okay? But the color of the dress is this light blue. They made the color of her dress the same exact light blue, as close as you could get. And then for the party, it was a dress and a stocking, like stocking you hang up when you put candy in it and stuff. The stocking matched the dress perfectly. So they really ripped on Cinderella that way. Okay, so the fairy godmother part in the movie is played by Mindy Cohn, um, who she's best known for The Facts of Life, who she played starred with um, Kim Fields from Living Single, but when they were kids, teenagers. So she plays the fairy godmother. The uncle looks like Santa Claus, and I guess the elves or whoever is supposed to help her, Cinderella, are the she has two people who work with her, kind of assistants or whatever. Um, Two younger girls. They're about the same age, so I guess they would be considered elves or something. So yeah, they really riff on that. And then of course she meets Nicholas, which Saint Nicholas Christmas. Um, Nicholas is the owner of a big, massive mansion, and but that night they don't. You can't say your name, and you have to be dressed up, so no one can see who you are. So they really get to know who they are from the inside, and they fall in love. But Angie, which at the moment, see, before midnight, she has to go and leave and be on the cleanup crew. But she has a choice where she could take the other life. And the fairy godmother, Mindy Cohen, says to her, you know, if your life was so bad, what's so bad about getting a new life? You know, and no, but of course she leaves, and then the rest of the movie is he's trying to find her. But then here's the twist, and it's kind of a Cyrano de Bergerac twist. The other cousin, wants is convinced that if he's not gonna find the real person that he met that one night, then why couldn't it be her? So Angie doesn't really agree to it, but kind of like acquiesces, you know, and says, "Okay, I'll help you." And so she has an earpiece, so she's telling her cousin what to say, and so they don't. The cousin and Nicholas don't fall in love the way you're supposed to, because it's contrived. So after what seems like forever, and really toward the end of the movie, finally comes out that Angie sticks up for herself and says, "I'm not gonna lie for you anymore." And then it just happens that everyone at the party or the um, wedding, it's supposed to be a wedding, because the point is he wanted to marry the girl that he met at the party, right? Okay, so at the wedding, she says, "I'm not going to stand up for you anymore. I'm not going to lie for you." Um, and then, so finally, at the end of the movie, everything gets fixed, obviously. But Angie gets to keep the small catering business and own it. And she gets the man too. So, you know, but it really was a love story because she didn't feel like she was understood, and Nicholas understands her, and she understands him in a way that he wasn't understood because he's wealthy, and so every other girl that he ever met wanted him for his money. They didn't care about him. They wanted the money. Or a relationship with his mother, who his mother is played by Leslie Ann Down. So that gives you a little synopsis of who everybody is. Oh, and Nicholas is played by Peter Port, but the Port has an E on the end of it. And he also played in Y&R at some point. So there's your tie-in. All right, guys.